25 is what it's named.
Oh.
Because I haven't been keeping up on the, Hello world, we are live.
Hi world!
Welcome to...
Hola.
Session whatever this is.
28.
Whatever this is.
Stuff and nonsense.
Stuff and nonsense.
Yeah, that. I am your DM, kind and benevolent, and distracted apparently. Or just not willing to take the effort to think of what words are.
That's just what she
Are
wants.
words.
She's really very sneaky.
Who? What? You guys overlapped, and I missed both of them.
I just said that's what you want us to believe. You're really very sneaky.
Oh, yes, yes. It is part of my long game plan. We have here tonight Michelle.
Hello! I play Inez, or otherwise known as Trogdor the Burninator.
She killed a dragon last time.
I did not. I tried to drop things on him very unsuccessfully.
No,
However,
you did the final blow with your fireworks.
it's true.
It was like the last 3 hit points, but it counts. You also have...
Oh, I still currently have a kobold we accidentally achieved.
I haven't killed him yet. I haven't killed him yet.
And he is very obsessed with our druid.
I think the druid's more obsessed with him.
That's fair.
We also have Zeke.
Hola. I play. Who do I play?
You could probably look at your old 20 screen.
My brain's been doing this all day.
It's a
I
Wednesday.
play Aiden. He's the sorcerer.
He shoots things.
He shoots things with lightning and crossbow bolts.
And flourishes.
He shoots things with bolts, be they lightning or crossbow.
Winks.
Doors.
We also have Mia.
Hi. I play Sorin, our druid, who is reasonably successful. Well, he was very successful at hitting snowballs last time, which sounds hilariously unimpressive, but they actually do a lot of damage. I guess when you live in the mountains for a while, you get really good. He is his animal companion, or he is the human companion of Cubla, the snow leopard, who ended up pissing off Dragon by never letting him finish his sentences.
Pretty much.
Like that! All game. Well, for half the game.
We also have Will.
I play the Brute Squad.
Yes, the only one of us who is consistently good at hitting things.
Did you just say Zenra the Brute Squad?
Yes.
Yes.
Pretty much.
He is the Brute Squad.
Hey, I would like to say that Darvan is consistently good at hitting things. It just also includes his party.
I was like, yeah.
Anyways, last session, you guys started off. You had just finished your entire...
Hey, you didn't introduce your character.
Oh, yeah. Darvan. Well, I did. Darvan's good at hitting things, mostly his own party. He is the mandatory healing monkey of the team.
Also known as Damnit Darvan.
Yeah, who needs glasses? Not that he agrees. He's a cleric. He heals stuff. It's super thrilling. We left off with our kobold encounter of you guys being non-entities until the very end. Is where we started last time. And you had your new kobold best friend dude lead you to the dragon's lair.
Oh, dumb shit.
Yeah, dumb shit.
Dargan.
He led you to the area, showed you how to get in, and was like, hey, do you want me to go in and announce you? And you guys were like, no, why don't you stay out here with so-and-so? I'm sure you have so much to talk about.
Yeah. And so-and-so probably giving, like, evil eye to Sorin, like, seriously. You're having me do this.
With a dumb shit.
It's like, I can't go in and protect you, although, you know, Sorin hits better when so-and-so's not around.
Yeah, apparently. Just not with a sword.
But on the contrary, so-and-so hits better when Sorin is around.
It's true.
Yeah, gotta have one or the other.
Yep.
But to be fair, the fact that he can't use his sword without Sorin is, you know...
You guys headed into the cave. Some of you were sneaky, some of you weren't. You kind of traipsed around a little bit, and you saw things in the cave like sticky, weird green stuff, and mushrooms, and oh hey, a dragon!
Dargan!
Dargan!
And then proceeded not quite as entertaining as when we had the doppelgangers, but, you know, we had people throwing ice armor around, and...
accidentally trapping Adin with it.
Yeah. We had, well, somebody decided to send one of the tanks of the game out of the cave.
Sorin doesn't want to lose Cubla. And we were fighting a dragon.
And the dragon came out, and you guys faced it, and it made things dark around it, and it sucked, and the mushrooms were doing things, and...
And then the dragon turned hot pink.
Then the dragon turned hot pink because everybody was tired of the darkness, and I was like, hey, do you want the really epic, awesome heals Darvan just did, or do you want me to roll a chance die to see if he can light the dragon?
And we were like, chance die!
So we lit the dragon, and to go with our ongoing in-jokes, it was hot pink. And so you almost killed the dragon, and then the dragon was gonna leave, and Adin... Was it Adin?
Intimidated the fuck out of it.
Yes, but intimidated it to stay here. So it didn't leave, and then it got stuck in the mud because it rolled a nat 1 on something, and everybody smashed it, and Cubla went batshit crazy on it, and Inez to kill it did the final blows. So, right now, you guys, half of you are clustered around a dead dragon that is caught in the whatever the hell this stuff is called. I probably should open the module information. That might be important to know.
Relevant. Why would you do that?
to see, you know, what kinds of things I'm supposed to be saying, but you know. Oh crap! I opened. Nope, there we go.
Talking about this module for like 3 days.
So, dragon is currently dead and face planted into the slime. The hot pink is fading. But so is the darkness.
Wait, what?
The hot pink light is fading. And so is the darkness that was in this area right here.
Oh, okay. Darkness should be gone. Let go when he was leaving.
Yeah. Well, it's the last of it is disappearing. I'm gonna roll and see something.
That's always good.
There's the faintest hint of pink to the black dragon's skin now.
Sorin comes up here with the rest of everyone looking at the dragon.
It's a dead dragon. Inez, how do you feel about killing a dragon?
He was rude. So
rude.
She feels that he was a poor example of dragons, and therefore she's probably rid the dragon species of an outlier.
She's got a point. Maybe the next dragon will be better.
Hey, Sorin. Do you want to clean this thing up?
Clean up how?
I don't know. We can try and skin it.
That's a good idea, actually.
Darvan points out that they need to bring back some sort of proof to Tuanek.
Cool! Someone help me skin the dragon? Is that like a survival roll?
Yeah, I'll say survival.
Wow, Sorin. Wow. Wow. Someone wanna, like...
I'll give him the benefit that it's a dragon, so it's something new for him.
Yeah. I suppose we're, like, working together or something, but...
Yeah, you get a rough start, but with Zenra's help, you are, at the moment, successfully skinning the dragon. I'll have you roll another roll in a minute. Wow. Everybody heal 4 points of damage.
That's great. I think
want to
Cubla
the
followed.
finals.
Can you, like, poke Sorin?
Darvan will poke Sorin in the back of the head with his healing thing.
Which is really a hurting thing, but...
Jab. Jab.
Poke.
So he pokes Sorin in the back of the head. And yes, the back of the head.
Really, Darvan?
Poke. You heal 9.
Where am I help? I think I'm good. Yeah, that's not going above my health bar. Okay, yeah. I can't remember what my self was. I was like,
Then he'll reach over and just poke Inez in the back of the head with his hand. Inez heals 6.
Yay!
And he goes, that's really... He is like, I'm not doing awesome at the healing thing, so he'll channel energy again. Whoops. Should have been 2. 6. 4. 10 points of healing for everybody but Sorin.
Hooray!
I'm capped.
I think you
Let's start out capped.
did the wrong thing, Aiden, because you're down to 9, according to your...
My keyboard is screwy.
It doesn't like you. Okay, so
I've been having problems with this keyboard all week.
Zenra and Sorin, you're skinning the dragon. Darvan is
Yeah.
poking everybody and healing them.
I want to investigate the cavern for more treasure.
Over here, there's a pile of gold and stuff.
I have a bag of holding.
Let me see exactly how much gold there is.
She does have a bag of holding.
Because
Yep.
I rolled that 22
How
perception
much gold is
earlier.
There is
Sorin's like, I don't care, I'm skinning a dragon.
70 gold pieces per PC.
Excellent. I will divvy them up.
Everybody gets
And then
70 gold.
Yay!
And it will be like, money!
You also find, kind of set into an alcove there, several magic items. There is a pair of iron armbands, there's a brooch, and a pair of gloves.
You mean that I need to...
Zenra, you see that pretty much everything is clustered in this area right here. That was kind of his sleeping area, so he kept everything there. This is a dead-end area, doesn't go anywhere, doesn't seem to have anything in it. Other than this, in the roof just above here, you can see the, like, little, chimney that the dragon was trying to get out through. And there's mushrooms here.
Are there mushroom spirits, though?
They did do a weird exploding thing when people stepped into them earlier.
Sorin's a little busy, so.
Inez, you pretty much say the same things.
Yeah.
There is... Hold on, let me get back to my... There is... The cave has bones all over. As you look at them, they look like chicken and pig and small animals and
Missing
some
livestock by
cows.
chance?
Huh? As far as you
Feels
can
like
tell,
missing
this is
livestock?
the missing livestock. It has been
Can-
eaten.
Can you list the items that weren't the gold, please?
Yes, there is a pair of iron armbands. There is a brooch, and there is a pair of gloves.
Okay.
Cubla's gonna roll perception to see if there's food.
These seem to be magic items, so if you want to roll something to try and identify them.
I'm about to. So,
Is there food?
give me a minute, because I have the cantrip that detect magic, so I
Hey
would know
Cubla,
that-
there's a giant pile of food.
Yes,
Next
but
to-
Soren's giving her nasty looks whenever she walks over.
Also, Sorin, I'm going to assume that you pulled it out of the...
Yeah. Well, I do have Zenra.
Both of you roll a strength check and another survival check.
That's my knowledge arcana on the items we got.
This should be entertaining.
Okay,
Yep, that's pretty entertaining.
Iron armbands of power,
Okay.
a brooch of no regrets, and gloves of storing.
Okay.
Glove of snoring?
Storing.
Sure. So
The-
iron armbands of I'm making a
Strength.
list.
Well, let me show you guys the handouts.
Thank you.
Oops.
Alright.
Okay, so you found those.
Okay.
Okay, so you
Inez
guys,
has
you guys
something-
do
and
drag.
she has not yet told anybody what they do. So I am the only person who knows.
You guys do drag the dragon out, and you continue skinning it. You've cut the head off, and you're probably 2/3 of the way done. And there's a few ragged patches on the edges, but for the most part, the skin's coming off decently intact. Darvan's gonna come over and get his gold.
Soren's like, hey, can you bring some mine back over?
He'll pick up Sorin's and bring it over to him. Actually, he'll just go around divvying up the gold to everybody.
Yep,
Those are
it's
nice
like,
gloves.
do.
Aiden already has gloves.
And he'll say, "What were the items you found?"
Looks like equipment
Inez
type things.
is looking at them and she's like, well, these iron armbands make you hit things harder.
Mm-hmm.
We should give those. to
It's like
Zenra.
Saerenrae is interested.
Inez is like, you want them? They're not much use to me.
They
Wow.
probably won't.
Yeah, because it's melee damage rolls.
Right.
Darvan's like, I don't hit things, so
Soren's like, I can't wear them.
Yeah, Soren can't wear them. They're iron.
yeah.
Mm,
Aiden
yeah.
is ranged, and everybody else is mostly magic.
Meow.
And when I do hit things, it's all ranged too, so has to be.
And I doubt Cubla wants to wear bracelets.
Meow.
They're like collars for your feet.
Meow. Meow.
I take that as a no.
It's a very solid no. She does not think much of them.
So, either Zenra would like them or we're selling them.
Oh, I'll gladly take them.
Alright, so Saerenrae will
Ines
get...
tosses those over. And she... Okay. these are interesting, and given that Inez is holding the bag of holding and she's not giving it up, she goes, I'll have these gloves of like storing, so each glove can hold an item and it can't weigh more than 10 pounds. But as a minor action, you can cause the item stored within one glove to materialize in your hand. So weapons so produced are ready to wield. So you can hypothetically just be kind of carrying your weapon in your glove all the time. And not have to go in prepped. Now, shields don't count.
If people wanted, I would say that you could split and Michael Jackson glove it, where 2 different people can each wear one, if we wanted.
Alright. Anybody interested?
I mean, if nobody else is, Sorin's like, hey, I could put my sword in it.
Yeah, because
that's actually...
he's always...
You know, I'm always pulling it out.
Alright, so...
I could put the sword in one, and the staff in the other.
Because those two, the gloves of storing would really only be useful for our light weapon wielders of Sorin and Adin.
Exactly. So...
And if Adin wants one...
No, Adin has his gloves, which he can turn a spell into a dark spell.
Yeah, he's got the Shadowfell gloves.
Alright, so we're giving the gloves of storing to...
Sorin.
Sorin.
Okay. I already gave it to him.
And, okay, the brooch of no regrets. This ornate golden shield pin bolsters your allies even in dire circumstances. Once per day, free action. Use this power when an ally within 10 squares... Inez stops, like, explaining, turns around, and gives it to Darvan, like, stop!
No, except if you're saying that Darvan needs to have it to use it, somebody else needs it. Because the brooch allows an ally.
Yeah, no, I understand, but Darvan is the cause of allies having to use saving throws.
Truth.
I understand exactly what Inez is doing here.
Darvan kind of glares at her, but he takes it, because he's kind of our buff person anyways.
Exactly.
Not as in muscly, but in that he buffs people.
Alright, so he now has if you're within 10 squares of him with this pin, you can re-roll a saving throw with a +2 power bonus.
If he activates it.
Right. If he chooses.
If I remember it exists.
And this is like, stop activating damn runes where we're walking, okay?
Technically, you don't get saving throws for his blast runes.
I know, but Inez is just being bitchy.
Sorin and Zenro, roll another survival check.
A third one?
Yep. This is to finish off skinning the dragon. Cubla, there's a lot of dragon meat now.
I'm working. For some ungodly reason, my thing decided to get really skinny. What do you mind? Thank you!
It's like, would you not?
You're
Inez
not.
would like some dragon scales.
What? What?
Rather than magic items, Inez would like some dragon scales.
Working on the character sheet, which is being dumb.
Sorin is taking off the main part of the skin, but there's gonna be plenty of scales to pick up. For one thing, you probably find some scattered around where the gold was.
Awesome. Inez collects as many dragon scales as I think possible.
So, as you're finishing the last of it, it's a little bit... there's some holes and tears as you're doing the last part of it, but the majority of the skin you got off clean and without damaging it too much. There's still some processing need to be done, but I won't make you roll for them. You guys can just keep working on it.
Yeah.
We'll say that you get the dragon skin, you get the claws. Darvan suggests that we take the head back because that's a really eye-catching proof to give to a neck.
We should probably pull the fangs too.
Well, if you take the head, then they're there.
No, I understand that, but we should actively probably take the teeth out of the head.
And claws.
Right.
Soren's like, Cubla have a
Yum, 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 yum.
pat pat.
It tastes weirdly like alligator. And thus
When did
chicken.
you eat alligator?
Well, it tastes like chicken.
Oh, okay.
Everything tastes like chicken, though.
Except chicken.
Except chicken, which according to one guy I made this joke to, he said it tastes like rattlesnake.
So, you have a giant pile of dragon meat and offal and all that jazz. And
Just being eaten a little bit.
Sorin and Saerenrae, it's not a neat thing to do, so
You're filthy.
there's probably a small stream nearby outside that you could go clean up in.
All right. How much? I need to find the bag of holding.
But I am specifically taking at least one of the smaller, or medium-sized fangs,
Okay.
and going to fashion a necklace out of it.
Okay. There's plenty of teeth.
Yeah.
I'm assuming I have a bag of holding type 1.
Sure.
Alright, well, because it's the smallest one.
Yeah.
How much does the skin and head and everything weigh?
Hold on. Trying to find something that would give me a guesstimate.
I'm asking because the content limit is 250 pounds.
I actually have
So,
a D&D dragon book. How much?
How much doth the dragon weigh? How much is... what do you do with a flagon with a dragon?
Or the pestle with the castle?
Or chalice with palace?
Yeah. How much do D&D dragons weigh?
You know, we did a good job cleaning out our enemies wanting to kill us list for a bit.
We did.
It's a large... I'm gonna go ahead and go with these stats that somebody came up with. Because it sounds good. 6 feet high, 8 feet long, not including the tail,
What do we do with the tail?
Mm.
I'm gonna say maybe a little bit. I'm gonna go low estimate with the weight and say you're not gonna fit it in the bag.
Just the skin? I'm not going to fit 250 pounds of skin in?
Well, how much skin would the skin weigh, do you think, for a 1,000-pound dragon?
Yeah, probably not.
Fair enough. That's why I was asking. Because I can carry some of it. Like, say I can carry like a third of the skin. But then we're going to have to transport
Yes, FBI. I'm looking up how much skin weighs.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Dear FBI guy.
Right?
I'm
If it follows the amount of percentage of a person's total body weight, it would be 160 pounds if it's a 1,000-pound dragon.
But scales are heavy.
Right.
We'll say it's right at, like, you can barely fit it in your bag.
It's okay. I'll say I can take half the skin, but I can't take more than that. Because I have other things in there.
Yeah, so,
Well, we have skin in pieces.
but, the other thing is you can leave all the meat if you're going to go straight to Tuanek.
Yeah.
And you could just, I mean, technically you could leave the skin and come back for it after you report.
Yeah, but
Too
skin's
much.
actually
Yeah.
valuable,
After all,
so-
you guys can lock the cave. You have
Yeah.
the pendant.
Or we can carry the skin back while we're at it.
Which, by the way, I want to have Sorin make dragon skin wristbands for no other reason than I think it would look cool.
Inez
There's some from the legs and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You can definitely make that really easy.
Yeah.
One thing I'm planning on doing after we finish off this session is there will be an in-game couple-week time skip.
Hooray!
Our party's only really been together for a month.
A month-ish. So, Sorin, you get it roughly cleaned off. It will take some time to fully tan and everything. But you've neatly skinned and cut off the legs and set them aside, and cut off the wings and set them aside, and
Hey, look, it has wings.
You guys have, you could look into the possibility of converting the dragon wings into wings for yourself.
Take the bones or something and
My
recreate.
dragon wing cape.
But we can,
We can talk about the possibilities for that.
yeah.
I know. That was a joke. but-
So, Sorin and Saerenrae, you've successfully, neatly taken the dragon apart. Darvan suggests that you maybe use this corner over here, because you can pile all the dragon meat there, and between Sorin's ice magic and Inez maybe summoning another ice armor or two, you could probably make a refrigerator corner of the cave to chill the meat and keep it good until they can get back.
I have to rest before I can summon ice armor again. I've used up my spell.
Okay.
Lots.
Also, Sorin wants to roll a knowledge nature about the mushrooms.
Oh my
They
God.
are. Let me scroll back up.
What roll is that?
That's a nature roll.
You can tell looking at it that these are not naturally placed there. It looks like it was almost a specifically cultivated patch of mushrooms. These are called cloud spore mushrooms. When a creature enters one of the squares, the mushrooms release a cloud of spores that cause that square to become lightly obscured for 5 minutes. Once it has discharged that cloud, it cannot do so again for 24 hours. But it appears like somebody specifically planted them there.
Mushroom spirit.
He's like, guys, people planted these mushrooms.
That's weird.
Unless our dragon has some kind of weird horticulture hobby, someone specifically planted those.
And this is like, it's that mushroom spirit farmer.
I don't think it's the mushroom spirit farmer.
Well, he's dealing in illegal mushroom spirits. You know
I don't
that.
know if he's dealing in mushroom spirits, but that they are definitely not. How do you even get in here?
So
There's a
since
key.
nobody thought to tell so-and-so that everything's okay, he's probably starting to get worried. Because there was lots of yelling, roaring from the dragon, and loud cat noises, and now everything's quiet.
Meow, 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 meow,
Yes, Cubla?
meow, 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 meow.
Darvan's like, Sorin, your cat.
Meow, meow. What's wrong, Cubla? Points at Darvan.
Sorin, your cat.
Sorin. Cubla. 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 What are you doing?
Meow.
So the kobold outside with so-and-so is like, do you think everything's going okay in there? I don't hear the dragon anymore. Should we go in to check on them? There was a lot of roaring.
So-and-so is like, I think they're fine. Maybe.
I'm hearing a lot of Sorin, I'm gonna kill you voice in that.
Yep.
So, Sorin, we've been in here for a couple hours with skinning.
Yeah.
Should we tell so-and-so?
That everything turned out okay?
Probably. Sorin's like, okay.
He's like, oh,
Okay,
shit! Bear back! Burb.
Of course, him covered in nastiness. And he steps out and it's like, hey, so...
Roll a chance die.
Okay.
So-and-so, what you see is you hear some clattering as if it was the sound of somebody climbing down some rocks. And out from the entrance, stumbling as he comes out, is Sorin, covered from, like, head to toe in blood? Something?
So-and-so is relieved and is just like, did you kill them all?
He looks down. Wow, I really do look like a murderer. No, we just, had to fight.
Oh, what did you fight? Did something intrude on the dragon?
Yep. Oh, Sorin's out here with that Darvan and everyone.
Like,
he doesn't know what to say.
Like, conscious of his little protege here. How'd the dragon take the news of the wink wink second coming?
Pretty well. He needed a little bit of convincing, but we definitely convinced him. Yeah. He's very convinced.
So the dragon now believes that he kind of frowns because Inez is so tiny. So tiny. He's like, that in our prophetesses, and he looks back and forth and he just shrugs and goes, prophecy?
In a way, yeah.
Yeah.
He does.
Aiden steps out.
He is dead certain that Inez is the one.
Wow.
Who? Which? Oh.
The dragon is dead certain that Inez is the person he's been looking for.
Oh dear.
Do we need to like roll bluff checks here?
Nope.
Guys, Should we go? Maybe help convince the kobold of what went down?
Inez is
Did
like...
you say that Aiden came out and said that?
No, in
In the cave.
Okay.
Darvan's like, oh yeah, the kobold. Do we kill him now? What do we do with him?
No. We can't take 2 kobolds.
I mean, I kind of think we should keep him for the moment. Maybe we could have so-and-so and the kobold stand guard outside the door. Because then we don't have to worry about taking so-and-so into town. And somebody can keep an eye and make sure nobody comes in after the dragon meet.
True, and Inez is like, and he'll stop trying to use our allies as clubs.
Yeah. So probably you guys are done with the cave. You've stacked all the meat and stuff over there. You have the skin, the teeth, the claws, and the head that you're going to take back to town. Saerenrae and Sorin will probably want to wash off.
Yeah.
At least most of it.
Like,
Inez
so I'm gonna go over there and clean up from the fight.
So it's like, are we calling it a fight? Oh, okay, sure. You clean up from the convincing.
No, I said that there was someone who came in and tried to fight.
Yes!
We helped.
They fought off the intruders, the unbelievers.
Yep, we fought off the unbelievers.
No one in that
unbelievers.
No one in that cave who was there before disbelieves now.
Yep.
I should go in and congratulate the dragon.
Nope. The prophetess is
communing
with the dragon. Don't go in.
Oh.
You would distract from the meeting.
Oh, okay.
The dragon would be very displeased, and so the prophetess.
Oh, okay. I will stay here and guard the entrance.
Yes.
So-and-so's like,
Don't want the unbelievers getting in.
No.
I think I better stay here and make sure that he tells the correct prophecy.
So I'm assuming everybody else kind of slinks out of the cave at this point.
Yep.
The kobold is waiting outside the entrance and he beams up at you as you guys all come out. Congratulations on defeating the intruding unbelievers! Did your meeting go well with the dragon prophetess?
Inez is just a little startled at this point because this whole battle did not go any way she thought it was going to, and she had to kill a dragon, and this kobold thing is just annoying. Not that she's isn't glad.
But behind the kobold mouthing, don't tell him.
Inez is like, the dragon? And she thinks for a minute. The dragon and I have come to an agreement.
That is wonderful to hear. What is the agreement?
That my prophecy is more effective than what he previously believed.
So he also supports the coming dragon? What did you say? The newly born one?
Yes, he does. You could say he is so emphatically behind it that he has run out of objections.
Oh, good. Is he going to be traveling with you now?
No, he is going to do his part here.
I'm just picturing at this point, Inez is talking to the kobold and distracting it, while Saerenrae and Adin and Darvan edge out from the cave with the skin and the head behind their backs.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I got that head under like one fucking arm, just like, yeah.
It's a good thing the kobold is distracted by the prophetess.
Supporting our quest to bring the prophecy across the land. Inez is like, how many different ways can I say it's dead, we took its shit, without actually saying it's dead and we took its shit?
So what is the plan now, prophetess? What should we do?
Inez is like, please help. Please help. Please help. I don't.
We must go tell the villagers of the new agreement that they do not need to come fight the dragon, which is what they were going to be doing.
They didn't even know about him.
Yes, well, I think they were starting to get an idea.
The kobold looks
Plus, we
uncertain.
need to spread the word of the prophecy around.
The kobold looks uncertain. Darvan, like, shoves his armful of whatever he had and steps forward and is like, what you should do is, as a new convert, in many religions, once one has converted, they should spend a certain amount of time in meditation. So you should stay out here, where it is isolated, you know, where nothing will distract you, and ponder on what you have learned and your beliefs. He's looking at the other ones going like,
And Inez is like, and she picks up the thread and she's like, yes, sometimes a vast change in your spiritual well-being requires thought to become centered, so you too can spread the word of the prophecy.
I could spread your word?
Inez is like, yes, sure.
You're right, this is something I need to think about.
Exactly. And the second
Darvan's like,
the second coming will bring new peace to kobolds and all races alike. Yes.
but as long as the kobolds rule, right?
Inez is like,
That's what the Black God told us, is that we were going to rule.
Inez
Because
is like,
kobolds have been seen as inferior and dumb and stupid for far too long.
and Inez latches onto that and she goes, no, it'll be better than this. We will fix this. Kobolds will be seen as great among all races. They will no longer be seen as dumb and stupid but because they believe in the second coming.
Because we are the first to believe.
Exactly.
I must think about this.
Aiden, please, over. Why don't we have him? We'd have him meditate in the little tower of the bee knucklers or whatever they were.
It's true. We could have him make a temple. Let's have him make a temple.
That would keep him busy.
Have him make a temple on the old knee knocker site.
Yes.
Darvan is like, well, prophetess, why don't he could do two things at once and meditate while creating a place for the new kobold religion to worship at. And the place from which the word will be spread in that old tower, which is not here.
My acolytes are wise.
And why we could have our friend here, one of the original companions of the prophetess, accompany him for now to keep an eye on him.
Leans over to so-and-so. I am so sorry. Please don't hate me.
Like, long-suffering sigh. Like, do I have to?
It would make it look better. Do you really want to go to the town where they probably are gonna hate you?
I was just like, not really.
Oh.
So-and-so escorts your kobold friend off towards the tower?
Yes. In which Inez gives the kobold some parting instructions about making the temple a place for all to worship the second coming. Because at this point, she's just like, might as well try to make this not violent.
Zenra, your drake flies over towards you, sniffs you, and flies away because you're covered in dragon blood. Lands on a tree nearby and looks at you with kind of a disgusted look.
Mm.
That's like disapproving Drake noises.
Meow.
Darvan's like,
Wow.
let's lock up this cave and head back towards town.
And it's like, yes. But I'm keeping the amulet because
Good.
it opened doors to dragons. And whether or not it was a good Dargon or not, because he was a rude Dargon. Like, seriously. Who the
Inez,
fuck does
Inez,
that?
you're saying it wrong again. Are you
I mean,
okay?
you
Inez?
guys do have the two choices. There is Durnth, and then there's also going back to town.
Oh, Inez was in favor of going to see Durnth because we should complete the circuit before we go back.
Well, you've solved the mystery.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's also Durnth. From all accounts, he seems like an interesting guy.
A nice guy.
And you can make sure that there's no bandits at his place.
Yeah, that might
Shall
be an
we
idea.
move on to Durance then?
Soren's like, could we go check on the last guy? Because you know
All
one
in
of people
favor
is
of-
getting
of-
attacked.
Inez is like, all in favor of last guy before we take shit to
And
town.
at this point, it's probably only late afternoon. You have time to go to Durnth, talk to him, and then head back to town.
I mean,
And we
the
also have
downside
horses.
is we have to lug this dragon to his place too.
Yeah.
Eh,
His place, actually, from where you are, if you swing out, if you kind of make a wide curve, his place can be on the way back to town.
Alright.
Let's,
Can we just make sure he's okay?
let's kind of
sure. Zenra, you have an opinion?
Well, as long as I get paid, I'm pretty good.
Hey,
Oh, you
Awesome.
already got paid a lot.
you've got a good start to that.
So,
Inez is like, does anybody else want dragon scale shit? Because when we camp, I'm totally making things.
Soren's like, yeah, I'm gonna make wristbands. No
Okay.
other reason than I think it'd be cool.
Everybody's probably interested in dragon scale shit.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Inez will make attempts to make dragon scale shit, but people should tell me what I'm trying to make.
We can figure
Yeah.
that out during the time skip.
Yeah.
Because you could attempt to make like dragon scale vests for armor type things, or
Would that work for armor for Soren?
It's not metal.
it's not metal.
Inez is going to make a priestess costume because it works so well.
So you guys head towards Dirth's place. It's not too far away. You follow a path that ends at a small farmhouse, flanked by a large stone fence. Your arrival has not gone unnoticed, as evidenced by the sound of several barking dogs. You hear a shrill whistle, and the barking stops. A tanned and weathered dwarf emerges from the front gate, holding an armful of fresh carrots. Ah, you're just in time. Stew's almost done. Would you like to grab a bite? The dwarf motions for you to come inside. I'm Durnth, a local farmer and trader. You can tell by
Hello, Soren.
greetings.
This is Cubla.
Ah, hold on. Let me put the dogs away. Meow. So he goes back inside the fence, leaving the gate open for you guys to come in. He's a dwarf, roughly 4.5 feet tall, fairly skinny, looks to be about 150 years old. His skin is reddish because it seems like he spends a lot of time in the sun, maybe. His hair and beard are red, streaked with gay. No, that would be so-and-so. Streaked with gray. His beard is thin in a couple of places due to scars. And like I said, he just walked back inside the fence, and you guys are welcome to join him. There's a pretty decent smell drifting out. Smells like stew.
Do we want to go eat, guys? We are carrying a dragon.
There's some brush nearby. You can probably set down the skin and the scale head and stuff and cover it over to hide it until you guys get back out. If you want to hide it. Durance did notice it and gave you an interesting look.
Do we have any...
You hear some growling and soft, not full on barking, more like boofing, as he takes the dogs and ties them short. Ruff, 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 ruff.
Sorin, your cat.
And Darth goes, "Hush! Be nice. We have guests." Ruff, ruff, ruff.
Sorin's like, Cubla, seriously. We'll check.
Aiden's going to roll, because we're not worried about Durance taking it, but Aiden's going to... What kind of roll will we use to hide the dragon?
Let me look at the skills.
Stealth? Survival?
Do a survival, because you're moving around forest. Roll to confirm that. You put one stick on top of the dragon, and you go, "Hey guys, is this enough?"
Sorin. Aiden, what the heck?
Sorin, you bustle over, and you're like, "No, more like this," and you move stuff around until it's hidden.
Are you sure it wasn't enough?
Aiden?
Aiden,
It was one stick.
there was something wrong with what you were planning, but you're not sure what. It probably would have worked, you think. Or maybe you should have figured out how to unroll the stick. Because sticks unroll, right?
Aiden is a city boy.
Does he say that out loud?
Yeah.
Sorin. What?
Sticks! They unroll, like paper.
Unroll?
Yeah, the bark.
What? 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 Darvan?
Darvan, I'm not getting involved. That stew smells good. I'm gonna go for that. He heads into the fence. Ruff, 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 ruff. Cubla, you've been animal handled.
They eat. At the very least, Aiden goes in to eat. I don't know about everyone else.
Rainy noises continue.
Durance leads you guys inside of his fence. He has a really nicely built little cabin. And it's a strong looking fence, looks just as strong from the inside as it does on the outside. And he leads you, he's actually cooking his stew on an outside campfire, so it's set up hanging over it, and it smells like it's about done. He is chopping up the carrots that he was holding and adding them in.
Sorin's like,
And
sorry
he's
for
like,
Cubla there.
"Oh, you know, animals. Cats and dogs. I like cats, but dogs are better protection." They are. They'll listen. They don't wander off by themselves.
The Cubla does a very wonderful eye roll.
Inez
The dogs are tied up by the fence. They can see Cubla, and they're like,
And like, we came on behalf of Lord Tuanek.
"Oh, Lord Duanak, yeah, he's a great guy. Let me guess, you were investigating what's going on around."
Yes.
Inez is like, well, we think we know what's going on around, but, you know.
Does that have to do with the dragon head I just saw you carrying?
Yes.
Maybe.
Probably.
I wondered if there was something like that.
And this is like, so
And then
you're
like,
cool?
guys, did we bring any of the bones?
No, you guys probably left them there for now.
We could have given the. We maybe offered the dogs one of the dragon bones if we thought to bring it.
Soren's like, I've got jerky.
Nah, they eat plenty. Don't want to spoil them.
Oh, okay.
I was wondering if it was a beast of some size. I mean, last I heard, it carried off a cow.
I'm pretty certain it didn't carry off anything. Rather,
maybe it did. Cow.
Stupid kobolds carried off things, but they all killed each other. So that was a thing.
And the kobolds weren't doing it to hurt you guys. The kobolds are doing it to try and win the dragon over. So you really don't have to hate on the kobolds specifically.
Kobolds, that's what it was. I'd seen there was some tracks and stuff, but I hadn't been able to see what was causing any of it.
Kobolds.
Kobolds can be trouble.
No. Currently, they all believe in a made-up religion, and there's only 2 of them.
That is curious.
I didn't mean to. Inez blurts out, I wasn't trying to. It just kind of happened.
He frowns a little.
Our group somehow convinced the group of kobolds to lead us to dragon. Inez here convinced them that she was the prophetess of a dragon god here to help them reform.
Inez was like, to be fair, it all started with me jumping on a cart and yelling, "All shall love me," in despair and breathing fire. But to be fair, I'm 3 feet tall, and I was just trying to scare the shit out of them.
He frowns deeply. You left the kobolds alive?
Well, there's only 2 of them, and the other ones killed each other.
But they're kobolds.
Well, one of them is my friend.
They're my kobolds. I claimed them. They're mine now.
One of them we need to keep alive to take us to the dragon.
He kind of strokes his chin a little bit, fingering one of the scars on his face, and he goes, I think that was a mistake. Kobolds are kobolds.
Soren's like, does not compute? Sort of thing going on.
The only good kobold is a dead kobold.
Inez sticks her hands on her hips and because she has no charisma whatsoever, goes, "That's racist."
And?
It's like, what? I'm an Underdark creature. People are racist against us. It's not like I'm supposed to like it.
You seem fine.
Yeah, I know. Because you didn't find me in a hole.
He's like, I'm a dwarf. I'm used to holes.
Right.
Inez, can you please
kobolds.
Stop talking?
He shakes his head.
My kobolds.
He shakes his head, gets a few bowls, and starts dishing out stew for everybody. And he says, so, seems like you took care of the problem and you're on your way back to Tuanek to report?
We just want to check on you, make sure you weren't missing anything.
He chuckles. Nope, I'm the only one who hasn't had anything stolen. I don't have any livestock, and my dogs come with me when I go.
And it looks like they can't steal much from your farm because there's a giant wall. Fence.
Yes, Pickaxe Polt helped me build that fence.
Where's he at? He wasn't home.
He, let me see. I think he told me before he left because he wanted me to keep an eye on his place. I haven't been over there in a week, though.
Inez is like, we noticed. You let bandits take up residence. She's kind of pissy.
Bandits?
A group of adventurers that was hired decided to become a group of bandits instead.
I remember them. I thought they were shifty.
They decided to take up residence in the empty house.
Polt didn't tell me where he was going. He just was going on an extended journey. He closed up shop, and I told him I'd go around every couple of weeks to look.
Mm-hmm. We chased off bandits. When we left this morning, there wasn't anyone there.
We tried to fix some of the mess.
So have you checked on all the other ones then?
Yep.
Yes.
They're not bad people.
Unfortunately for them, their livestock is not recoverable.
Makes sense with a dragon and kobolds.
Hey.
The dragon, the kobolds, I don't think had any much part of it except for maybe some of the chickens.
Nope, they pretty much gave them all to the dragon.
Yeah, but the dragon explains everything.
So where was there a dragon and kobolds at? You guys all have bowls of stew by this point.
And then
Around.
Yeah.
Sorin is not giving him any information. He does not trust Durns. Does not like Durns.
Inez is about to insight check the fuck out of him, so, you know.
Sense motive?
Yes, whatever. I was playing D&D last week.
Okay, gonna jump off for a sec.
Phone's ringing.
Inez does not trust his motives for wanting to know where the dragon is. Or the kobold. Especially the kobolds.
He's mostly just seems curious. I mean, you guys have obviously killed the dragon, so you can tell that if he comes across any kobolds, he will kill them. But he's asking more out of curiosity's sake rather than wanting specifically to know. And you get a feeling that if you did ask him about, like, the tower and the place where you found the dragon, he might be able to tell you a little bit about them.
What was the answer on the sense motive?
He's mostly just curious.
I wouldn't... And this is just me out of character here for a second. I wouldn't recommend telling him about the tower just because that's where we've got the kobolds right now.
But he might be able to tell you about the place where the dragon was.
Yeah.
You know part of the land around here, right?
Yes.
Aiden briefly tells him where the dragon cave was.
Oh, that's the old druid barrow.
Druid
Sorin's
barrow?
like, the old what?
Inez looks at Sorin and goes, so they were mushroom spirits.
Maybe.
Oh boy.
Virtual high five, Michelle! Woo!
I've forgotten how this mushroom spirits nonsense began.
It was the spirits that were trapped in the whatever.
The underground
the one
tower.
With the dragon underground tower.
Yep, and Sorin was certain they were mushroom spirits.
Yeah, and I failed my knowledge nature, and he was like, "Those are mushroom spirits." It's been an ongoing joke ever since.
Yeah. He tells you that a long time ago there was a druid that used to live there. Real loner type. Just stayed there. Didn't even come out very often for supplies. So he must have had some way of farming or something. A little odd, though.
Soren's like, mental notes, go check that place again.
Get sample of mushrooms. And he while you guys are eating, he's like, have you been to any interesting or unusual places lately? I love wandering and adventuring, and I love to hear about new places.
There was... Go.
Can you do the dryer, Kimmy?
I did not understand any of you guys.
Dryer.
Dryer.
Yeah, dryer. I'm gonna run to the bathroom real quick.
Bear back.
What was that?
5-minute break.
You know what I have for a drink today, guys? Is anyone still here? Okay. Do you know what I have for soda today?
No idea.
Pomegranate 7-Up.
Interesting.
I'm
Probably a couple weeks out of date, to be honest, but...
I'm trying to mesh my love of pomegranate with my absolute distaste for soft drinks.
I like my soft drinks, so.
I like cream soda. And
We have a
ginger ale.
strawberry cream soda down here.
Ooh, interesting.
But
I'm a juice person though when it comes to like all the juice.
what am I
Ooh.
doing in Pokemon right now? Let's take a look.
Does anyone here like sushi?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, if you and Katie are ever up here for any reason, we need to be, because the sushi place is all you can eat sushi, and they make it right there for you, and you just kind of literally keep ordering until you're done, full of sushi. And it's like $26 for the drink and all the sushi you can eat.
That sounds amazing.
It is amazing. Of course, if we go at lunch, it's $16 for the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, my boss took me like 3 days into like working for them. We went out for sushi, and it was $105 for the 5 of us, and there was so much sushi.
I can wait anxiously for our trip next month.
I return.
Michelle was telling Will about the all-you-can-eat sushi.
We have amazing sushi here.
We're getting an all-you-can-eat sushi place. We actually, of all the things to have in Rexburg and Idaho Falls, sushi is something we have a lot of. There's like,
Wow.
So,
Laggy.
but Rexburg has 3 different restaurants you can get sushi at, and then there's a local grocery store that has really good sushi. And that's like 4 different places in Rexburg that you can get sushi.
We have to be fair, we have a Mormon college where we actually get quite a few Asians going through.
And returned missionaries.
That too.
And then Idaho Falls, I would say, has 7 or 8 different places. And there's a new one opening up that's a buffet, all-you-can-eat sushi place.
So I saw a cool restaurant on a list yesterday. It was an all-you-can-eat restaurant where, well, it was a multiple courses meal where the chef cooked it right in front of you and was super amazing.
Interesting.
I'm excited
Alright.
because we're getting a coffee shop.
Ooh.
No,
Oh, and
Sweet.
topped it all off. I also found out that one of the restaurant secret menus has that burger I tried. Has their own version of that burger I had at the fair last year, Kimberly.
oh cool.
You know
I'm
the
not-
one?
No, wait, do you mean the peanut butter?
I mean the peanut butter.
Ugh. I thought you meant the other one.
No, unfortunately not.
No,
But
it's
to be fair,
actually
I can only put one of those in my stomach a year.
it actually is kind of a big thing that we're getting a coffee shop, because if you
We're
want
Rexburg.
coffee in Rexburg before now, you had to go to like McDonald's or a gas station. That was the only place you could get coffee, is at a restaurant. Or Gator Jack served the fake coffee made from cocoa beans instead of coffee beans.
Because we live
So-
in Mormonville.
It's actually kind of exciting. Not only are we getting, we have a coffee shop that's like a trailer truck thing, but we're getting
Right.
an actual store coffee shop. It's kind of
Nice.
exciting.
I
Anyways,
given that I think Canada would collapse without the presence of Tim Hortons, I understand the importance of coffee all the time.
So Tim Hortons to Canada is what Starbucks is to Seattle?
No. Tim Hortons to Canada is like, I don't know how to explain Tim Hortons because Tim Hortons
prevalent because
yeah, but I'm not like Tim Hortons is a cultural institution in Canada where you go and do everything, and trust me, everybody's been to Timmy's at least once today.
Sounds closer to a McDonald's.
Yeah, except that, McDonald's is full of bad decisions, and Tim Hortons can also be full of bad decisions, but is mostly coffee. Like, I'm really 90% certain Canada would collapse without the presence of Tim Hortons.
Probably.
Anyways, now that we've had our discussion of food places.
that was a random. Dirt!
You guys are
motive.
eating stew.
Aiden decides to tell him about the underground tower.
Oh, that one sounds interesting. I might have to go visit there. Too bad it doesn't have the upper part of the tower anymore.
Inez is like, I think that was the feature, not the bug, dragon.
The what?
The underground tower? The Dargan. The one I fell down?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Like I think the fact that it only had an underground part was what the dragon liked.
Oh,
what
yeah.
was wrong
Probably.
with it.
Yeah, there was a dragon in that cave, in that tower.
It happened to be the same dragon that you're carrying the head
It
around.
happened to be the same dragon.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's an interesting coincidence.
He was an ass.
I thought it was a dragon.
Yes.
Well,
Oh, ass!
dragons have
Yes.
spheres as well.
Yes. I didn't catch the meaning of that slang term for a moment. Did you already check in on the Bardricks and the e-bags?
Yep.
Yes, we did.
And we made this really awesome security system. I'm really very proud of it.
Oh, who did you make
Yeah.
it for?
The Bardricks.
Oh, that'd be nice for them. They're a nice family.
I mean, it only
They-
goes off once. It only goes off once, right, Ines?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be a.
It'll be a doozy if
Here's
they ever
an
get
alchemist.
attacked.
He nods.
Yeah.
They're nice people. They know a lot about farming. The
They also
e-bags,
now know
though.
a fair bit about trapping.
The e-bags. Those guys have some military experience. That's useful.
Useful for
Cute.
what?
Cute kids at the Bardricks, though.
Well, yeah, we didn't even make a security system for the Edrics because they have military experience.
They've
They're
done a
more
good
con-
job building their home. They could use a fence, though.
I don't do fences, just fire.
We have.
So he'll visit with you. He is very obviously anti-kobold.
Sorin, tell
he
him about
thinks-
the museum they went to as well.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
That sounds like
I really feel bad for George, though. He doesn't get to have many visitors.
next time he goes on his travels, he'll keep an eye out for something like that, because that sounds amazing.
Well, if you're going to do that, be sure to do some kind of heroic act you can talk about, because he won't let you in otherwise.
Good to know. His stew is actually really good. It's close to something that Sorin would make in deliciousness. As you talk to him, it seems like you've pretty much found out everything he knows. He does mention that he's thinking about putting together an expedition to some ruins that he'd heard about. If he ever does so, maybe he'll figure out a way to send you guys a message if you're interested in going along. He's still trying to figure out exactly where these ruins are, though.
Okay.
Wonderful.
So you guys scrape out the last of the stew. And he goes, "You'll probably want to get a move on if you're going to get back to town before dark."
Certainly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just want to make sure you are alright, because you
Thank-
know having dragon in nearby area is not good for continued health of other people.
He grins and winks at you, and he's like, "I think I can take care of myself."
But we also want to let you know that the threat has been diminished.
Should have gone meow. That would have worked. There we go.
And Mom is playing Cubla tonight.
Meow. Everybody plays Cubla, let's be honest here.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So-
It's a communal character.
So, Dernth takes your bowls back, stacks them up, and waves
So
goodbye
I'm
to
like,
you.
do you want me to help clean that up, or
He's like, "Nah, I let the
with our
dogs."
hand at cleaning?
Nope, the dogs lick them out. Then they're good.
Meow.
Aiden will wisely hold his tongue here.
Everybody's like, "Must brush teeth." Darvan's
Must.
like, "You, the dogs lick them out?" Yeah, they're really good at getting them real clean. Cubla is now convinced that she can smell the dog slobber on her face because she ate from a bowl also.
Furiously cleaning.
Ruff, 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 ruff,
We better get out of here before Kubla starts something.
ruff, 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 ruff. So you guys head out. Dirth
Wow.
bids you farewell, and
Sorin.
you don't completely fail, but you do
Yeah.
fail, so you can't keep
Well,
Cubla
we-
quiet, and you
Well-
literally have to grab her and drag her out.
Yeah. Like Cubla.
No, actually, Kubla's trying to stay.
What?
Cubla obviously tries to stay.
Tries to stay.
Aiden looks back. Cubla,
Meow.
bottle.
Follow.
Meow. Meow.
Stare.
Spider is that?
Piper, bottle.
Beyond endlessly fascinating.
So you guys head out
Put
of
it away.
Dirt's cabin. He closes the fence behind you, and you head on towards the town after picking up your hidden dragon
We
bits.
pick up the dragon and go to a neck.
Is that correct?
What?
You guys head towards Tuanek?
Yeah. With our dragon.
Okay,
With
you
our
get
Dargan.
you get into town as it's starting to get dusky. And you return to Ruin Spoke. You're shown into an antechamber to freshen up. There's some bowls with water and towels and stuff so you can kind of clean up.
You're cutting out really bad.
Can you hear me now?
Alright, you can try again.
You guys get to Ruin Spoke and you head back to Tuanek's building, the building where he has his office. You're shown into an antechamber to freshen up. There's bowls of water, towels, things like that. When you ask, they bring kind of a tarp thing that you can set all the dragon bits on so that you don't get dragon chunks all over the floor. And then after half an hour or so of waiting, you are shown into Tuanek's office. The Dragonborn Lord seems...
So Sorin, when he saw the water, was like, "Oh, praise Saerenrae."
The Dragonborn Lord seems pleased to see you, but his demeanor is all business. He nods curtly and gestures for you all to be seated if you wish. Greetings! Have you determined who or what is behind the theft of the livestock?
No,
Okay.
but we do know who was.
We know behind the theft of livestock is the man was behind the theft of livestock eating things of Cubla. They were both working to gain favor with a dragon.
A dragon?
The kobolds are dead, with the exception of one who got away.
Okay.
And just skipping the
That
Can we
makes sense.
pause
Nonsense
just
here.
a sec?
What?
Okay.
What?
Pause.
Can we pause? I need to disconnect and reconnect because it's cutting out really bad.
I'm gonna try
Like-
that too.
Not even just it's lagging, it's cutting out on my end. Because everyone else is.
Mhm.
Testing?
Hello?
I hear you.
Okay.
Hello. Yes.
Okay.
So, Adin was like, there was two competing kobolds. They were both trying to curry favor with a dragon. The kobold groups are dead except for one kobold who got away.
Tuanek is taking notes the entire time that you're talking.
And the dragon is dead.
So, 2 tribes of kobolds who were working to serve a dragon. I imagine the dragon was probably playing them against each other, because that's the sort of thing I would expect a dragon to do.
He was.
Yeah.
Did you ever find out what happened to the others?
Yes.
We found one group of dead adventurers, which, when we were waiting for the kobolds to leave, we took time to bury them.
Was there anything that was told you if they were the first or the second group?
Yes.
Um,
They were not the group of bandits. Who were
There
the
was a
second?
group who, a second group of adventurers that we found. Well, actually, the first group of adventurers we found had decided to become a group of bandits instead. We chased them out.
And that was the first
One
group we sent out?
No.
I don't know which one was which.
Actually, you guys do. You know that
Yeah.
they were
Oh.
the second group. Because they said that they were sent out after the first group disappeared.
And what
Well,
happened?
The first group we found was the second group you sent.
Ah,
They became a group of bandits.
the adventurers that came through. The first group, I believe, were locals, he says, if I remember correctly.
We buried them in the forest where we found them.
He asks you questions until he can ascertain exactly where that is, because he will let their families know so that they can go find them and do with them as they want.
I believe it's just the brush bed tower, isn't it?
Yeah.
And
Out in the forest, there's an old tower.
We'll just say he asks you questions until he knows exactly
he-
where to find them.
He pries the information out of them.
Yeah.
If
And
they do
what
go,
happened-
be careful. There might be. It used to be a kobold base, and the last kobold might have run away to there.
We can take a group of guard.
And it's-
And then-
Kind of giving Aiden looks up really.
yeah.
You're gonna have him some guards.
And this is
And
like.
we'll go back first.
And this is also like the second group took to banditry, and we scared the fuck out of them, and they left.
They did seem kind of shady, but we were running out of options at that point. And he said,
And-
taking notes, and he nods a little. And you checked in with all the farmers?
Yes. Pickaxe Holt was out of town,
And that's where the second group.
and that's where we found that second group of adventurers.
He takes a couple of notes.
The one Dragonborn family, the military gentleman,
House Ebeg.
was
Yes. They were being attacked by kobolds.
They were being attacked by kobolds, but they were holding out on their own. We chased off the kobolds.
Okay, very good to hear.
Fill me in.
Bardrix?
The Bardrix.
Bardrix.
The Bardrix were not under attack, but our alchemist here helped set up a one-time warning system in case they got attacked while we were in the area.
Okay, very well.
And as is like, I'm not saying it would really hurt anybody, but one night you're going to get some really amazing fireworks.
Noted. I will let people know.
And then Dern was fine. He had his fence was holding out. His dogs were there, and his stew tasted delicious.
He does make very
His
good
dogs
stew.
took great offense to my cat.
I
Yeah,
am
and his
certainly
dog
did.
didn't care for
My
the cat.
cat took great offense to his dogs, so it was,
He writes for a couple of minutes and continues asking questions until he is satisfied with your story, and then he sets aside his pen and looks at you all with a faint smile. And he says, "I believe that is a sufficient report. Thank you for your service to Ruinspoke." He straightens up his notes as he speaks and places them to the side. He looks each of you in the eye, individually. Your performance has been more than adequate. Are you willing to be called on again if the need ever arises?
Soren's like, if I'm in the area.
You can tell as he looks at you. He knows you well enough now to be able to pick you out of a crowd. He has an excellent memory for names and faces. And I like that the text says here specifically, it should be obvious to the characters that he will definitely remember them in the future, one way or another. He nods a little. He's glad to hear that.
Good.
I don't know how long we're planning on staying in the area, but as long as we're around, sure.
Alright, you are welcome to stay as long as you wish. He taps 3 times on the wooden block on his desk, and the dragonborn servant that you guys met at the beginning of this reappears. He has several pouches that jingle with the promise of gold. For the first time, Tuanek actually seems to be smiling. House Jolt is very pleased to finally be able to pay someone for properly completing this task. I would also like to offer you a token of my personal appreciation. I see that you have the dragon head. You seem to have removed the teeth. I was thinking if I could have, let's see, how many of you are there? Let's see, how many are in there in the room? 5? Let's not count Cubla.
5 plus Cubla.
Yeah.
5. If I could have 5 of those, I will return them to you shortly.
Very well. I believe Zenra has the teeth right now.
Zenra has a tooth, at least.
I
imagine they're just in a bag.
Yeah, we give him a few teeth.
5 teeth.
Sort of like leans over, pulls out the bag, gives a few teeth. Here.
He takes them.
He actually gives 6. It's like, there's 1 extra, so you can have 1.
Well, my thanks. He beckons to the Dragonborn servant, whispers into his ear for a moment, hands off the teeth. The servant hustles off with it. Tuanek gives you guys the bags of gold. What did I say that he was going... Anybody remember how much he was going to...
1 sec.
Yeah, me
How many games ago was that?
7.
Gathering information.
What?
Ardrix. Has a big.
Used as to why you were playing.
Let's see.
I've spent
Looking for help.
Wednesday.
Good job.
It's Wednesday.
Asks about payment. I don't have a note on the amount.
Hi, Katie.
Hello.
Hi, Katie.
Hi, Katie.
The text in here's... I seem to remember you guys got the higher end, so we'll say 30 gold pieces per character, which with the earlier one means that you guys got 100 gold pieces per character from this session.
Wow.
He offers... He says that if you guys are interested, he thinks that... there is a craftsman that he knows that can take the head of the dragon and some of the dragon's scales and create a helm of battle. If you are interested. Which, if you guys do, let me show you what it would look like. Helm of Battle is in the handouts.
Well, it would be useful.
Could use it.
Zenra could use it pretty well.
As you guys are discussing, he says that he is also going to give you guys a let's see, what's the word that I want to use? A token that will show that you have earned the respect of Tuanek, basically. That you are a friend of House Jalt. That's what the servant is going off and doing. He's making the dragon teeth. He's making the dragon teeth into amulets, which will look like this.
We're Skyrim Thanes now, Mia.
Wow.
It will probably take some time for the servant is taking it off to the same craftsman that will make the Helm of Battle. And it will take some time to do it. So after he has given
out...
out...
it was a black dragon.
Yeah, I copy-pasted. So it's a black dragon.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll fix that. Because it's actually a blue dragon in the module. I just decided that it could be Scurithalarn. So he gives you your promised gold. He gifts you... Let's see, that's not... that's if you do that. He is very grateful that you have helped them out in so many ways and solved all of the mysteries that they've been having issues with. And he asks you what your plans are now. As long as you are in town, he is glad to host you in the same inn that you stayed in before, no charge. The town would be more than happy to do that for you. And of course, free entrance to the bathing house as well.
Soren's like, I might want to take you up on that for reasons that are probably pretty obvious.
Darvan looks around at the group and he says, I think we're planning on staying for at least a couple of days, but we can talk about it and get back to you and let you know.
I believe we're going to stay here for at least a couple days, because we just fought a dragon and I want some rest. And I could use a drink.
And
I
I
think this is the town. Is this the town with the red dragon in, or was that the previous town?
Give me a sec. I can look.
I think it was this town.
I think it was because we left this town, we left the red dragon in and ran into the dude.
Yeah.
Yes. That sounds about right. So he gives you some tokens to give to the innkeepers that will let them know that you can stay free of charge. And if there's nothing else you want to ask of him, he has one of his people escort you outside.
Yeah.
And
I wanted to ask about... Sorry.
I imagine you guys maybe... Well, do you guys want to go back and get the meat personally? Or do you want to offer it to the town? Or sell it to the town? Or... Because you have 800 pounds of dragon meat and bones back sitting in the cave.
Do you know anyone... Lord Tuanek, do you know anyone who could make use of dragon meat?
It is a rare commodity.
We have, because we'll probably keep some of it, but we have 800 pounds of dragon meat and dragon bone.
And it's just like, the wing bones are mine.
We
One
weren't going to question that.
possibility is, if you were interested, we could figure out a way to send it out in trade. We could come up with a way of freezing it, via spell perhaps, and set it onto a bigger city where it can be sold for a great deal of money.
Soren's like, I could help your people with that. I happen to know quite a bit about snow and ice.
There are some people here that would most likely purchase some, and if all else fails, we can have a feast, but it depends on what you wish to do with it. There is potential there for you to make quite a bit of money.
I don't need money.
I mean, we could send some of it out for trade. But there's still 800 pounds
Inez is like,
of dragon meat bone.
I need money. Unfortunately, I need money. Doing what I do is bloody expensive, and I need to do it a lot.
Tunic smiles a little. How about I talk with some people and see what I can do for you?
Thank you.
Mom says go to Pinterest and look for a recipe.
Pinterest.com.
Dragon meat recipes.
Dragon meat. No, not on. Dragon meat recipe. I'm just pulling up Dragon Balls. And Dragon Chicken.
Dragon chicken.
Dragon chicken!
And Dragon Noodles.
Dragon noodles!
Yep, it's pretty much Dragon Noodles. And gingerbread.
Okay.
Yeah, Pinterest isn't helping. Dragon fruit sorbet.
Yeah, Pinterest isn't helping. So
D&D interest isn't helping. So you guys leave to an ex-office, and once you get out, everybody kind of pauses. And Darvan looks around at you and he's like, well, I guess the question is, now what?
Well, we've been together. Can I just... Hey, Ari?
Yes,
Can I just say it's been a month now?
month works.
So, we've been traveling together a month. Couple days less for Zenro. We've been traveling together for a month, guys.
Wow,
We haven't killed each other yet.
that's kind of impressive.
Darvin's tried.
Hey!
I know.
Meow. Not on purpose. Meow.
We've all...
It's like, walks over to Darvin, bat with paw. It's a big paw, but
Sorin, what is your
Yes?
cat doing?
I don't know. Do I look like I speak cat?
Yes, actually, sometimes you do.
Sometimes you do.
No, I don't speak cat.
Soren, I have an important question for you.
Yeah?
Why did you turn into a bear today?
I didn't have any better ideas.
So,
And I
I know
thought a
what I-
bear would be reasonably terrifying.
I know what I want to do tonight. I can't tell you much about the rest of the time we're here, but at the very least tonight, I'm going to get a drink.
Darvan nods a little. That definitely sounds good. He says, I have somebody sending me dragon noodle recipes now. Thanks, Mom.
What?
She says, thanks, Mom.
Darvan
Oh, I
goes...
thought that was Darvan saying that.
Darvan goes, you know, we've been pretty much constantly moving for weeks
A
now.
month.
Um,
Why don't we take a week off?
this is a fairly big city, And I think we've got things that we want to do. You know, there's a dragon skin
Soren's
to
like,
turn
I
into...
need to make an altar to Saerenrae and give offerings of thanks for her intervention.
We also might want to go let so-and-so know we're going to be staying here, so so-and-so figure out how to get away from...
Well, Sorin can... I imagine that Sorin would prefer to not necessarily stay in town, but just stay in the area.
Yeah, I'll probably roam around.
But how about we
forest.
spend a couple of weeks here?
Okay. Give me
There's a
some time.
library. There's a library here.
Yeah, it's a decently large town. It's got most things. And he's like, Darvan's like, we're kind of gonna be heroes a little bit, so why don't we take advantage of them being willing to give us stuff?
Not take advantage.
No, not take advantage, but just make use of.
I just want to take a little time off. We have been constantly doing for weeks now.
Why are you
And this is like, I have a bunch of crafting to do because I won't be particularly useful if I can't get some time to do that. So, taking a couple days off or a week or so off isn't a problem to me.
What if we
Sounds like
say
I could...
2 weeks from now? 3 weeks from now, we all meet here?
Leave in 2 weeks?
Okay, but if anybody wants any dragon skill shit, you tell me now before, like, we scatter and do our own thing.
Darvan's like, well, I'm planning on staying in town. We'll probably see
I'm
each
gonna be
other.
coming back. I need to go look at the stores for a few things. Need to stock back up. I hope they have a spice place because I could use some rarer spices to make my food more interesting.
So we'll just kind of stay in the area and then get ready to leave in 2 weeks? Does that sound good to everybody?
2 or so weeks, yeah.
Senra, what do you want to do? Yawn. After all, what were you looking to do, Zenra?
What? I haven't mean to ask. What made you stay with us? I can just imagine the conversation now taking place over a Red Dragon Inn table with assorted drinks.
Sure. But I think we lost Zenra.
I'm thinking.
Will, are you there? Well, I see his mic is going off, so there has to be something there. But
I heard him say something a few minutes ago.
Will,
We'll figure out what we're doing.
Yeah. Essentially, this is to me going, hey, couple week time skip. Figure out what you guys are going to do during it. This is the end of what I have for tonight. It was kind of just a tie all the loose ends off session, finish everything up.
All of this session's loose ends. We still have plenty of loose ends out there.
Oh yes, you have plenty of people that have run away and done things, and yeah, I have lots of... I have a lot of things I could call back to. You guys level up at the end of this. So one thing that's going to happen over this 2 weeks is you guys figure out your new abilities. Figure out any shopping you want to do. If you wanted what you want made from the dragon skin, things like that. I'll figure out what 800 pounds of dragon meat and bone can get you. It's probably going to be a chunk of money, but you probably won't see it until the next time you come through town.
yeah.
Cool.
We'll be back.
Well, you've got favor from House Jalt. So you guys are turning level 5.
5.
If you want it to discuss any possibilities, we can do that out of session. And if you guys want to buy anything, I'll work with you and we can figure it out. But
Okay.
that is everything I've got for tonight. Some people ended up with nifty items and stuff,
Yeah.
and you've all got a butt ton of gold.
Yay.
You guys-
You gave me
You guys
you
got
increased
one.
my total gold. Go ahead.
You guys got one of 2 story awards. Because you cannot get the Wrath of the Kobolds story award if you don't leave any kobolds alive and angry at you.
What's that story award do, anyways?
These modules that we're doing come from Living Forgotten Realms adventures. And so there are certain tie-ins between them, where if you go back and you play new adventures, it'll be like, for example, when you went to Dernth, if you had a story award from something else, then it would have given you like bonuses on stuff. Or like it said, if anybody has the recognition of Dernth story object from a different module, the dwarf would recognize them. It's kind of like Tuanik will now know you and recognize you and stuff like that.
Cool.
It's kind of useful that it's got these built-in tie-in things, because it helps me build things so that it's not just random modules that we're doing. So, that is everything I have for tonight. You guys come to me with any questions or concerns when you are leveling up your character or anything else.
Alright.
Michelle said she is staying with Inez,
Alright.
Well,
which is why I needed to know about, because I was probably going to have the bard like walk in on you guys
yeah.
in the
My
cave.
My concern earlier was that we hadn't really come together as a cohesive group, and I was sitting there thinking, well, maybe a slightly less volatile character would be more helpful to that. But then
Maybe you
Ines,
could use incendiary there.
yes, but then Inez started a religion, and that seemed to work for everybody. So
Our team can work together. They
Yeah.
just argue like siblings.
Well, you guys didn't really... I was trying to figure out how to give you guys a way to pull together, if that makes sense. The things you guys were running were not conducive.
yeah,
But
so we seem to be okay now.
Yeah.
alright. That is everything I have. It wasn't a super thrilling one, but it finished up a bunch of stuff, and next
It was
time we will be doing a different module.
These kinds of sessions happen from time to time.
And we just killed a dragon. You know,
Okay.
usually one or
You actually talk to people.
yeah, I
And-
know. I'm proud of it.
I will give you guys a hint. Killing the dragon will come into effect later on.
Everything we do.
I have
Yeah.
plans.
We're gonna run into the
Plans.
I think unless anybody else wants it, I think Inez wants the Helm of Battle because she wants to make crazy priestess outfit.
Okay.
So it's just she can add it to that outfit, and we probably should give the charm of the House of Jolt.
He's making one for everybody.
Okay,
That's
I was
why
about
he
to say-
took. That's why he took 5 teeth.
Now, I do have a question about it.
Yes.
So it's going to be a charm. It's going to be like a necklace, right?
Yeah, it's a pendant.
Could I have it enchanted?
Probably could.
You're going to enchant so you can speak with Cubla.
That
Sure.
would be nice, yeah.
Sure. I will say that you can do that. Probably
I'm
not
I'm
in
thinking
this.
the dragon tooth would kind of be conducive for it.
Yeah.
Also, if as everybody gets like a moment over the next 2 weeks, just drop in Discord what you want Inez to make. 'Cause
Yeah.
she actually is really quite good at building shit.
Mm-hmm. And you can talk with me if you want. Darvan can scribe runes on things. They're not all just blast runes. It actually is his specialty. One of his domains is runes.
Are they like one-use rune things?
It depends on the rune. We can work it out.
Okay.
You can
Meanwhile,
probably
Aiden
work
can't
with
do too
him.
much.
You can probably work with Darvan. Let's see. I want to look at something real quick.
Because Sorin has a spell of speak with animals, and I can tailor it to be either specifically cat, specifically snow leopard, or specifically Cubla. However you want to work with it.
I'll
I
say
just think
that
it might be more fun.
I'll say that Darvan and Sorin could work together to scribe a rune into the charm on the other side.
Yeah.
That will allow him to speak with animals. It will probably be a limited thing of some kind, but we'll discuss it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyways, that's everything I have for tonight.
All right.
All right.
We love you.
Have you
a good week. I'll see you in 2 weeks or sooner.
Okay.
You'll probably see me in a couple minutes.
I know.